Level 3 Power English.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kristen Cho.
And I'm Cameron Word.
Okay, so it is the last day of the holiday.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Gotta
sorry.
go back to work.
You gotta go back to work.
No!
Oh, no! So I think by now we've all gained maybe 2 kilos.
At least.
3?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 2 for me. 2 for me. Yeah. It's good. Having that time to just eat whatever you want, sleep whenever you want. It's a good feeling. You need that from time to time.
Definitely. I mean, it is, if you go back in time and think about traditionally, Chuseok, of course, was a time to eat a lot. And, but traditionally, I mean, we always didn't have a ton of food. So it was a very special time.
Sure it was.
So the fact now that we can kind of be like, oh, I gained so much weight.
Right.
It is a luxury to have that type of problem now.
Yeah. And I remember I hear stories from my mom when she was younger and how these holidays were huge because it was time to really eat and make the dokk and the, all of that.
really special things.
And all of those things. And it's so interesting how much effort and time were used to make those things. It was really special. So I feel like, we shouldn't forget that.
Definitely. Gotta keep that in mind as we celebrate.
Right. Okay. So we're talking about dating, asking someone out on a date. And you want to take the initiative.
Yes.
Okay. So take the initiative, initiative, initiative. Now, this word actually is often used in the business world.
Yes, it is.
Right? Take the initiatives or take the initiative. What does this mean?
So let's break down the word a little more to the word initiate. Initiate is a word that means to start something. So if you take the initiative, you are starting something, but it's the feeling of you are proactive. Because you are being a very go-getter, enthusiastic person, you are doing something first without somebody else asking, without waiting for somebody else.
I see. 그냥 알아서 하는 거예요? It's just kind of doing, without anyone telling you what to do.
Right. Take the initiative. Maybe you see a problem and you're like, I'm going to fix that problem. I don't need anybody to tell me to fix it. I'm just going to do it.
So when in the world of asking someone out, we'll see how this works. But another expression that we're going to learn is turn someone down.
You're rejecting someone. No, sorry, I don't want to go on a date with you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Take someone's word for it.
So you are going to believe what they say. You're not going to research it or look it up yourself. You're just okay. Yeah, sure. I believe you.
Yeah. So if Cameron, you said that, okay, I believe you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Let's go ahead and listen to our power dialogue.
I think Sandra really likes you. She's just waiting for you to take the initiative and ask her out.
You don't think she'll turn me down?
Look, I'm a girl, so I think I can tell when a girl likes a guy.
I'll take your word for it. I've probably been overthinking it anyway.
Exactly. Do you know where you want to take her on your date?
Yeah, she's really into orchids, so I want to take her to the botanical garden and then to a nice restaurant nearby.
Okay, our power dialogue can be found on page 92 of our PE textbook. Let's take a look at this dialogue. Melinda says, I think Sandra really likes you. She's just waiting for you to take the initiative and ask her out. So you talked about that business initiative or just initiative.
Yes.
To initiate something.
Yes.
In the world of dating, if you take the initiative, what are you doing?
So often in this case, it would be asking them out on a date.
That's right.
When you somta, you're you kind of like each other,
Sometimes,
but no one says anything. You haven't confessed your love.
Right. Or you're
Right. Or you're confess your emotions, your feelings. The person that gets up the courage to say, actually, I think I like you. Do you want to go on a date?
Yeah.
That is the person taking the initiative. They're starting something. And it is kind of the feeling of you're changing the situation by your words, by your actions, by your courage. You're like, okay, I see something and I want to change it.
That's right.
I'm taking the initiative.
So, and of course, this is an example in the dating world.
Yes.
But again, we hear this a lot in the business world. And businesses are very proactive and you want to take the initiative.
Yes.
You know, if you want to make that sale, you got to be proactive, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so take the initiative is basically saying, you know, get the courage, be proactive.
Yes.
Okay. And Ian says, you don't think she'll turn me down? So Ian is a little, you know, he's afraid of rejection.
Yes.
Turn someone down.
Yes, so to turn someone down is a rejection, and there is a more general sense of saying, no, I don't want that. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. But when you're talking about in a dating situation, to turn someone down is someone asked another person on a date, and that says, I don't want to go on a date with you.
Yeah, turn someone down.
You are not my type.
Now, let me ask you something.
Yes.
Do you only use this, turn someone down, in a dating situation?
No, you do not.
Okay.
So, for example, maybe you offer help. So, here's an example. Let's say two people are getting married.
Okay.
And there's one person who's like a baker. They're like not a professional baker, just like a kind of hobby baker.
Okay.
But they're like, ooh, hey, if you want, I can bake your wedding cake for you.
Okay.
And they're like, no, it's okay. We don't need your help. That would be turning down that person.
Offer.
Turning down an offer.
That's right.
They said they would bake the cake for you.
Yeah.
But you really don't want.
That's right.
It's okay. You don't have to.
That's right. So in the business world too, getting back there, when a company or a certain business offers you something or gives you a suggestion and you turn them down, same thing, reject it.
Yeah, I don't need it.
I don't need it. Okay. So what does Melinda say?
Melinda says, look, I'm a girl, so I think I can tell when a girl likes a guy.
Okay. So Melinda's like, okay, I know if she likes you or not. And Ian says, I'll take your word for it. I've probably been overthinking it anyway. Okay. So Melinda is very confident. Oh, don't worry. She likes you.
Yeah.
Okay? Sandra really likes you. And then Ian's like, okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yes.
So what is he really saying?
I'll take your word for it means I'll believe you. I don't need more information. I don't need to ask anyone else. If you say that's true, then it's true and I'll believe it.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. So basically, it's like what you just said. Okay.
Sure.
I will take it.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay. And then Ian's like, oh, I've been overthinking it anyway. So overthink is our power vocabulary.
So overthink is great. It's one word that means to think too much. It's often like a problem that should be easy or simple, but because you think about it, your stressing and your anxiety is making it more complicated than it really is.
Yeah, so people often use it this way, like, I tend to overthink things. Meaning, generally, there are people who have a lot of thoughts.
Yes.
Their brains are always working, and they overthink a situation.
Yes.
It is like habitual.
Right.
Right?
It's a habit.
It's a habit.
Right.
Yeah.
So, for example, let's say you get a text. It's like, hey, how are you doing today? And someone just replies, good. It's like really short.
Yeah.
And what do they mean by good? Are they mad at me?
Oh.
They don't have a period. There's not a period.
Well, why is it such a short answer?
Was it short? Are they busy? Are they too busy to talk to me? Do they not want to talk? Like, it could be simple, but your overthinking makes it more complicated maybe than it really is.
But I have to say, text messages makes everybody overthink.
Oh, yeah. Well,
right?
Sometimes. I think there are people that either overthink the text message
or
underthink it.
Underthink, okay.
Yeah.
Melinda says, exactly. Do you know where you want to take her? Do you know where you want to take her on your date? Power pattern is exactly, which I say all the time.
You do.
I do.
I mean, I think a lot of native speakers, including myself, say this.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly means it is that. That is exactly right? So you don't need to say it's true or that's right. You can just say exactly.
Yeah.
As a very emphatic, a very strong way of saying what you're saying is correct.
That's right. And do emphasize exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish the rest of the dialogue.
Yeah, she's totally into orchids, so I want to take her to the botanical garden and then to a nice restaurant nearby.
Oh, sweet Ian.
That sounds like a good date to me.
Very
I want
nice.
to go to the botanical garden.
Very thoughtful.
Yeah.
Let's listen to that one more time.
I think Sandra really likes you. She's just waiting for you to take the initiative and ask her out.
You don't think she'll turn me down?
Look, I'm a girl, so I think I can tell when a girl likes a guy.
I'll take your word for it. I've probably been overthinking it anyway.
Exactly. Do you know where you want to take her on your date?
Yeah, she's really into orchids, so I want to take her to the botanical garden and then to a nice restaurant nearby.
Okay, it's time for our power note. We're on pages 94 and 95. Take the initiative means that you do something even when someone doesn't tell you to do it.
Yes.
Okay. I wish someone would fix that squeaky door.
Don't worry, I took the initiative and put oil in the hinges this morning.
I love people who take the initiative.
Doesn't everybody?
I mean, it's like you don't want to tell people every day, like, what to do.
Yeah.
Can you just kind of do it on your own?
Isn't that like the classic, like, husband and wife thing?
Oh, not only...
The husband's like, babe, I want to help you. Just tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And the wife's like,
No.
I shouldn't have to tell you what to do. Take the initiative. Find something and do it.
That's right. So the husband who takes the initiative is going to have a very happy marriage.
Well, that's what, a lot of women say. It's like men who take initiative are very sexy.
Oh,
Yeah?
that's right.
That's true, right?
It's so funny.
Like, so he fixed your door. He
yeah.
mowed the lawn without you asking.
Don't give me flowers.
I don't want flowers.
I don't want flowers.
I want that leaky faucet fixed.
I want you to take out the trash.
Yeah. It's so true. But I do think, in general, people who, like, take the initiative, it's really hard.
Sure.
Like, I mean, because, we get tired and whatever.
Yeah.
It's really respectful, those type of people that have a sense of responsibility.
Right, who are just like, they have a lot of nunchi,
Yeah.
And they can just kind of take the step without even, nobody has to tell them.
Yeah.
I like a person who takes the initiative and solves a problem on their own. We all like that kind of person.
Yeah. When there's, like, a problem, well, let's take, like, a big problem. Let's say someone has, like, a health problem on a plane. And then there's, like, a doctor who's like, I can help.
Yeah.
And, like, walks up and, like, helps the person. That's them taking the initiative that situation.
Exactly.
That's just, like, so... Not even, like, it's just, like, attractive as, like, a personality. Someone who sees a problem and fixes it.
Right. And I don't think it's just marriages. It's like friendships.
Yeah, it's not like it's not just a romantic sort of thing.
And most of all, in the office.
Yeah.
I mean, a boss who has an employee who is like taking the initiative, they love that employee. You know it.
Yeah. Even someone who changes the toner on the copy machine. Because most people, myself included, the toner's running low. Someone else will do it.
That's right.
But you see that one person go to the supply closet.
That's right.
Pull out the toner and change it.
That's taking the initiative.
Yeah.
You want to be that person.
That person is sexy.
That...
Let me tell you.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
Turn someone down means to reject or refuse someone. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Did your manager give you a raise?
No, he turned me down again.
Okay, you asked for a raise, he turned you down.
Yes.
My request for a transfer was turned down.
So, in our dialogue, it was a romantic setting where you said, no, I don't want to go on a date, or the potential. But here, these are non-romantic settings where you can still be rejected or refused.
Sure. Okay, so you can turn down an offer, and it's funny because there is a famous line, it's an offer, it's an offer that I couldn't refuse. Oh, it's a little bit different. It's an offer that I couldn't turn down.
Yeah. Right. I think
Meaning-
that's from The Godfather.
Yes.
It was an offer I couldn't refuse. Right?
Good job.
Thank you.
The acting.
Marlon Brando,
Marlon
right?
Brando, that was very good.
Yeah.
It was an offer.
I couldn't refuse. Yeah, so instead of refuse there, you could say turn down.
Sure.
I couldn't turn down the offer.
Very good. So turn down is another way of saying reject or refuse. And I feel like reject is a very hard word. It's a strong word, like reject. But to turn down is a little bit softer.
It does feel a little softer, I feel, yeah.
Now, if you take someone's word for it, it means that, oh, yeah, like you don't question what they're saying. You completely accept it.
Yes.
I'm not sure Kelly is right about the cost projections.
She's been doing this job for 20 years, so you can take her word for it. You can trust her. You can believe her.
That's right. You don't need to tell me the details. I'll just take your word for it. You know how some people, they're like, well, I think it should be this, and it's because blah, 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 blah. Hey, wait, don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it. I believe you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think this is great whenever someone has a specific knowledge set that you don't have. You know that they know what they're talking about. So, like, I have a friend who's really good at computers. I know nothing.
Oh, sure.
I need to get on the internet. I need to write some documents. I maybe do some video editing. So I just tell them, hey, what computer do I need? And I'll just take your word for it.
That's it.
Recommend a computer to me, and I'm just going to buy it.
Right.
I'm not going to look into it any further.
So there is an understanding, a trust, a belief system there that's already established. So you're like, oh yeah, whatever you say, I'll go with it.
Yes.
Okay. Exactly is our power pattern, which means, yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Exactly. That's what I've been telling you.
Exactly. Now we know why she said that. That's right.
You see?
What you're saying is exactly right.
Right. Okay. Overthink. Oh, this is a very good word. And sometimes when we start overthinking late at night, we might not be able to go to sleep.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, dear. So do check out the definition on page 96 and make sure that you don't overthink. Sometimes you just got to let it go.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to, like, forget
No one
about
is
it.
thinking about those details except for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you an overthinker, by the way?
Oh, so much.
So much?
So much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not me.
좋겠네요.
좋아요.
좋겠네요.
잠 푹 자고
I'm
있어요.
so jealous.
Okay. All right. And make sure you stop by.
오디오 학당.
Okay. For a very small monthly fee, you can listen to our program again and again, as well as other programs
Yes.
on EBS Radio. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.